Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. We are so happy to have you guys here today. I mean, listen, you guys could be watching anything. You could be doing anything. But the fact that you're watching this, it makes you the hero of the show. So thank you for tuning in. My name is Ralph Graves, and this is the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, and I tell you every week I pastor a church called the Cornerstone Community Church in Millville, New Jersey. I'm a retired police officer, married 28 years, 3 kids, 3 grandchildren. You know, just loving life right now. Also, I've been I authored a book called Unstoppable. Unstoppable. It's available anywhere. BarnesandNoble.com, Amazon.com, RalphGravesJr.com. And it's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. And I've kind of put down some things I've learned in there from just being my time on the street as a police officer. But welcome to the show. We have an exciting guest. Enough about me. We have a very wonderful, very exciting guest. I try to bring you different guests every week who are much more interesting than I am. And they are also proven to be unstoppable. Today's guest is Brandon Merchant.
Hey.
Man, thank you. Thank you for coming to the show, man. And glad to have you here. Brandon, introduce yourself to the Ralph Graves Jr. Show audience, and then we'll dive in. I know you, but I want them to get to know you.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? My name's Brandon. Like he said, Brandon Merchant. I currently work at Bank of America. That's my profession today, but what I'm really working on and striving to do is to create different avenues to really help people really recognize the greatness that's within, similar to the host of the show, just to really get people to think differently and to just process life differently and move in life differently, really. Yeah. And I have 2 podcasts that I'm on right now that kind of support that. Yeah. One being His Cape, Not Yours. I started that last year. Okay. And then there's another one called Yuppie Noir. Okay. Those are some side things that I do outside of my professional day-to-day operations, if you will. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, Brandon, listen, and we're going to talk about those podcasts. We're going to talk about those things. But let's tell them where it started. Now, I'm going to be honest with your audience. I didn't just meet Brandon. This is my nephew. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Cat's out the bag.
Cat's out the bag. I bring on my family when they're doing some great stuff. And this is my nephew, and I've watched him grow and mature. I've watched him from his high school experience here in South Jersey to college. Tell him where you went to college and tell them what university you went to. Mm-hmm.
So I graduated from Rider University up in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. I graduated in 2015 with a degree in marketing. So I started 2011, went there for the 4 years, got the whole college experience, did what I wanted to do, did some things I probably shouldn't have done.
Well, don't admit to them on television. Your mom's watching.
I have to be transparent for the people, mother. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, it was a great experience. I encourage anybody that's going to, of course, expand their career to go to college, but not just for practical purposes, but also just for life purposes, because it taught me a lot. And got me to where I am today, just in terms of understanding what life is about. Going after your dreams, going after what you want, not just for what is available per se. So that's where I'm in right now. I'm in the season of transitioning to that. So, I started those 2 podcasts, like I said. I'm working on a book like yours right now. Of course. That's in the works. So just doing things just to encourage and empower people is really what I'm about.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, and because I'm always talking about people being unstoppable, and you're unstoppable. Just share with us some of the, maybe you don't have to share us the particulars of a challenge. How do you persevere through the challenges of being a young man? And I don't know if are you qualified as a millennial? Are you guys millennials?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the age group is because I don't buy into a lot of that stuff. But some of the challenges that you face, how do you handle some distractions? How are you able to stay focused? Because you do quite a few things. We're going to talk about it, but what do you do to maintain your focus?
Identifying the why is the first thing. Really identifying why you're doing something. Because when your why is greater than the things that come with it, you can have that focus to where things kind of come in to take away from your focus. You can say, okay, this is why, remind myself, okay, I'm doing this so I can help people. If I'm doing this so I can help people, and you really want to say that you want to help somebody, you have to get past those things that come into your life that try to knock you off. And the question is, are you going to be controlled by convenience, or are you going to be controlled by your why? Okay.
So for you, your focus has everything to do with your why. This is why I was put here. This is what I'm doing in this season of my life. And you're running with that, man. That's awesome. Tell us Tell us about one podcast, His Cake, Not Yours.
Yes.
Tell me about that podcast, and where can the viewing audience see or find that?
Of course. So myself and a high school friend, Joe, shout out to Joey, Joe Hambrick, that's my guy. We have basically started this walk from high school. Me and him, we were kind of like those two guys in high school that were, walking around with the Bibles and things of that nature. We started a small ministry, if you want to call that, in the high school that we were at, Deptford High. And
shout out to Deptford High. I'm a
DHS.
graduate of Deptford High.
D-Town,
Met my wife, Deptford High. But go on.
You find a lot of good things in Deptford. You stay long enough. But we started there, and we've had a whole bunch of conversations over the years just about, how to get this walk with God right, what things we need to take into consideration, but also what things we don't want to give too much attention to, and kind of just keep that focus on, living life the King's way. And we said,
can I pause right there real quick? Here's and I find that you and a few other millennials that I'm kind of mentor, I find it fascinating that you have Christ on your mind at such an early age. And I know you might think you're late in the game and I'm older. I mean, you're not 30 yet. You might think you're late. But the fact that you are kingdom minded, it kind of sets you apart, man. And I just want to applaud you guys for that.
Thank you.
And it is difficult. It doesn't mean you're perfect. Doesn't mean that you're not going to do some crazy things, some foolish things. But it's only so far that kingdom-mindedness or that God will allow me to go, man. So I salute you guys for that, man, and hold on to that. And I know that it may be challenging to find a group to roll with, a group to hang with, because of all the things that your generation, or every generation faces. But you keep on holding on to God's hand, and He's opening doors for you. I'm watching you mature, watching you do some things, man. And I have a podcast and things, and I just want to encourage you to stay consistent. I know a lot of times we talk about content is king. The bottom line is not only content, but consistency.
Right.
If you are just staying in the pocket, I don't know. How many podcasts do you have posted so far?
On that particular podcast, we have 9 right now.
9.
Yes.
His Cake, Not Yours. Man, make sure by the end of the year that do you do one a week?
I try to do we try to release one a month. We have a lot in our catalog, but we try to release at least one every month.
His Cake, Not Yours.
Yes.
You're releasing one a month.
Yeah.
I mean, man, just make sure you're staying consistent. So with a friend of mine, I got to have him on my show. His name is Stephen A. Hart. He's a phenomenal guy, man. Stephen A. Hart really helped me out with some things. He has a phenomenal podcast, Trailblazers FM. And one of the things he says is consistency, man. So stay in it. You and what's your buddy's name?
Me and Joe started it, but now it's me and myself and another person named Patrick. We run it now.
So it's you, Patrick?
Yeah, me and Patrick at this point, yes.
Okay,
yes,
man, and if Patrick drops off, you just stay consistent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of the fact that, and there's no shame in your game, man. There's no shame in the game that you were in high school carrying your Bible around trying to get closer to God.
Yeah.
Trust me. Folks, that if the Lord is good and you make it to my age, 50, 51, them cats, your peers who weren't doing that, going to say, man, I wish I was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel like a vet sometimes, because I've been in, like you said, high school. This was my freshman year of high school I started, so I didn't really have any years in high school where I was kind of just, I guess you could say, doing what I wanted to do. It was Bible, church, after school programs that we did, basketball, of course, you know basketball. I had a crazy love for basketball, but all of that, man, just kind of fueled me to where I am now. Like, honestly, basketball is kind of a metaphor for really, I feel like, my purpose in this life.
Yeah, sports will do that. Yeah. You said something, and but I need to, because I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Because I hear a lot of folks your age say it. It's doing what I want to do. I think we approach the Bible and we approach real authentic Christianity, not just Americanized Christianity, which is sometimes not authentic. We approach it as if it's restrictive.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not restrictive.
It's not.
It's liberty.
Yep.
I've only gotten in trouble doing what I've wanted to do.
Right.
I've never gotten in trouble living my life according to biblical guidelines. Not one time has living according to biblical guidelines ever got me jammed up.
Right.
And so when I hear young people your age or under 30 say that I want to do what I want to do, I'm not even sure they know what that means.
Exactly.
So you just want to get in trouble.
Right.
I mean, you just want to jam yourself
Right.
up. That's what you want to do.
Right.
You know, so I'm trying to switch the language when it comes to that living a godly kingdom lifestyle is not a lifestyle of restrictions. It's not a lifestyle of rules and regulations. It's a relationship. It's a relationship with God based on salvation through his son, Jesus Christ. And there's nothing more liberating. Now, I was young. I didn't get it early. I didn't get it, you know, but I just, you know, I don't know what that means when folks say, I want to do what I want to do. And I'm like, so you just want to
it's just
act up.
It's because sometimes what I've come to realize. See, in our generation, a lot of times what I've seen is that and I can say it's for myself because I've done it. Is you put a lot of pressure on yourself to want to know what you want to do and know what your purpose is now, so you can start doing it.
Right.
But sometimes you have to take time to really understand who God is first, to really understand why he has you here.
Yeah.
Because you could be going around in different circles because you're tailoring it based on what your idea of, I guess, a purposeful life is.
Yeah.
And it's really focusing on what's going to best serve him. Is really what happens.
You know what? Jesus Christ said it best.
Yeah.
I'm a Jesus preacher. I'm a Jesus man through and through.
Talk to him.
Jesus says this. He said, if you're trying to find your life, you're going to lose it. But if you lose your life, for my sake, you'll find it. He's not talking about death. He's talking about be sold out for me. Then you'll find your purpose.
Right.
You'll find why you were created. How many of us have wasted our time? I got to find my purpose. I got to find my purpose by doing what you want to do. Jesus, that's an easy way for time just to pass and you eventually lose what you were born to do. And so, man, I salute you, man, and just have decided to lose your life for Christ's sake. I'm going to live according to these biblical terms. I'm going to ask the Holy Spirit to empower me, and you're finding some life. I mean, here you are, man. You graduated college. You work at, tell me, you work Bank of America, and you are a trust officer.
It's that job it's a great place to work at. I will say that a lot of great benefits. You know, having some stability. I will say that with every great mind, you have to have something that stabilizes it, that can get some resources.
Of course.
And God's been opening doors even in my job. It's not even just like with what I do outside of work. Outside of the 9 to 5, because a lot of times people treat the 9 to 5 as like a curse. 9 to 5 ain't a curse, but you gotta know. But you gotta know how to use it so that it doesn't become your full life. Because I've seen a lot of people do that all the time. But it's good. It's really good.
Hold that thought, because I want to come back and talk about that, because there's some people you talk to that I think it's important. We got to go to break. Hey, you're watching the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. I'm Ralph Graves. I'll see you in a minute.
Add us on social media to watch bloopers, behind the scenes footage, previews, and more.
I work 13 hours a day, 6 days a week. So when I'm off the clock, I gotta get stuff done. So when I need a snack, I need something healthy, tasty, and easy to eat. Like wonderful pistachios without the shells. They're protein-powered, delicious, and great on the go. And that's perfect for me. Thanks, Liz. A woman without a lot of time.
Whether you're a gourmet cook or just want to eat like one, visit Rostelli Market Fresh, your home for the freshest, locally sourced ingredients to please everyone who loves great food. Our organic meats, quality seafood, and free-range poultry are cut fresh to order. Chefs create culinary-inspired prep foods made fresh every day, which pair nicely with our vast selection of fine wines and spirits. Choose from handmade pastas, artisan cheeses, organic produce, and grocery items, all from the finest purveyors. Rostelli Market Fresh, from our family to yours.
Hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I'm the host of the Ralph Graves Jr. Show, and I want to invite you to pick up my book, Unstoppable. I wrote a book called Unstoppable. It's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. The one thing that my 20 years of law enforcement has taught me is that no matter who you are, we are all governed by universal laws, like gravity. But in this book, we're going to talk about laws like the law of forgiveness, laws like the law of control, the law of intelligent practice, the law of expectancy. I was able to see how those, no matter what their background was, those who identified and treated these laws with respect, they were able to go on and lead successful lives. So pick up this book, and you can go ahead and pick it up at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, RalphGravesJr.com, where anywhere where fine books are sold. Thank you. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. I'm Ralph Graves. I'm sitting here with today's guest, Brandon Merchant, and we were just talking about him working at Bank of America. Mm-hmm. And tell us what you do there.
So I'm a trust officer. That's my title, if you will. But what I do is I oversee about 800 to 900, roughly, retirement accounts, and they have a capacity on it where you can place specific restrictions if you want to give it to a beneficiary, and you know, maybe they're not good with their money for some reason or something of that nature.
But I want to talk about the type of people you talk to.
Oh yeah.
You said that most of them are financially well-to-do, millionaires and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I think that going back to being a kingdom man, I think that God positioned you there because without a doubt, you are a product of the people you talk to the most.
Yes.
You become who you spend most of your time with. That's who you become. Mm-hmm. And so you having an opportunity to talk to these men and women that are well off financially, some are millionaires and even more. Mm-hmm. I mean, man, you're really positioned in the place, man, where that cannot help but happen to you. You know, people don't understand that there is a law of association going on.
Yeah.
You look at the people you talk to the most, or who you're allowing yourself to be mentored by, who you're allowing yourself to be around. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much that's pretty much who you're going to become.
Right. Agreed.
It's pretty much who you're going to become.
The law that was in there, right?
Yeah. It's one of the laws in Unstoppable. That's pretty much who you are going to become. Right. And also in Unstoppable is the law of control. You control that. Mm-hmm. And so for my youngsters, even older folks, you can control who you allow yourself to hang around. Yeah. You can control who is being influenced by you. Because make no mistake about it, it will influence your life. Let's talk about the other podcast, Yuppie Noir. Yuppie Noir. Tell the audience about Yuppie Noir.
So another podcast I'm on right now, I am a co-host. I'm not the owner per se, but myself and two of my friends from college, Kyler Grigsby, Dwight Mathis, shout outs to him. My good friends from school. We thought that we have some very compelling discussions just about culture and just about how us as young black professionals, that's what the show basically is. Yuppie for young urban professional and noir for black and French. And we just to have discussions about how to maneuver in corporate, maneuver in business sense, generally.
Well, it's different challenges. And I know I have folks of all races and everybody watching this. It's different challenges is when you're a young black professional. Everything from how our sisters wear their hair to how our young men can conduct themselves, a whole different set of standards just so we can get in the table and get around the office and everything else.
It's a different.
I'm glad you guys talk about that.
We talk about just things like that and just really what you can do to put yourself ahead in terms of like interviews, getting the right mentors, what situations to react to, when to kind of hold your tongue and say, hey, this is not the right time for me to maybe speak up or voice my opinion at this particular time. And it's that in combination with sports talk, some pop culture, some opinions about what's going on in our society.
You make sure you tell those young professionals that I said, make the money and then build yourself your own table to sit at. All right. Do what you got to do to make the money.
It's in discussions. You already beat us to it. You beat us to it there.
And then build the table. If you won't get invited to the table, make enough money to build your own table and build credibility, and folks will be banging down your door. Folks will be banging down your door, man. But that's exciting, man, that you're involved in all of that and your journey. And I want you to just continue on, and you are an inspiration to not only the young, but the old alike, where you have to constantly press through. I mean, you're under 30, man, and it's good for someone my age to know that the next generation coming up, there are some solid young brothers and young ladies really who have it together. We see the images of if we're not, dribbling a basketball, hip hop moguls,
Yeah.
and all that's
That
cool.
is
I'm glad.
huge.
But
That's huge.
we have some folks in the boardroom,
Yes.
helping to make some decisions
Yes.
and doing some big things, man. And so, I mean, I'm proud of you, of course. I mean, not only as your uncle, but just watching your group and your generation coming up next to do some great things. Where can people find you?
Mm-hmm.
Is there an email? Is there? I know they can hear you on your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an email? Is there someplace they can find you? Maybe they want to talk to you, or have you as a guest or something like that. Where can they find you?
So my email, there's an email associated specifically with the podcast, the His Cape Not Yours podcast.
Okay.
It's called His Cape Not Ours, because that's actually a funny story. That was supposed to be the original name.
His Cape Not Ours. Is it at Gmail?
Yeah, 1@Gmail. His Cape Not Ours 1.
Number one.
Number 1.
His Cape Not Ours 1@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
And why the name switch?
So I wanted to make it more personalized.
Okay.
And ours, it really sounded it is inclusive, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But I wanted listeners, when they listen to it, to say, okay, it's not mine, it's his.
Right.
Right. When we're talking about submission, and that was actually the most recent episode, if you guys want to tune in.
Yeah.
Most recent episode was, what are you submitting to?
Yeah.
And we talk about, that's the whole point
So
of
the
the show.
bottom line
Yeah.
is, and if you're a believer watching this,
Yeah.
that Christ is the hero.
Right.
He has the cape.
Right.
Not us.
Right.
We're just a vessel
Right.
that we allow him to work through, man. I love that concept. I love that, man, because as long as you keep yourself humble under the cross, he's going to open up doors for you, man.
Absolutely.
That's great, man.
Absolutely.
That's great. And so, yeah, man, that's wonderful. I mean, we could talk a lot about that, man. I'm hip to that, man. I'm hip. Now, Yuppie Noir, where can they find that?
So Yuppie Noir, we have an Instagram page. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, it's Yuppie_Noir. And you can just type that in and it should come up on there. If you just want to type in Yuppie, that's YUPPIE.
Yeah.
NOIR
Okay.
podcast. You can find that on Instagram.
Now,
as
can
well.
people find you on Instagram and things like that?
Yes, my personal page is B_merch_. That's just,
Yeah.
my name
Right.
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And then also there's the His Cape Not Yours as well. That's
Okay.
also on IG.
Okay. And for all of you guys watching, and you got social media outlets, keep your message, consistent. Keep your don't say one thing and then if I go to your Instagram, you looking crazy doing something else. Keep your messaging consistent to who you really are or who you want to be perceived
That's
as.
branding.
That's branding.
That's branding 101.
It's branding 101. I mean, nobody is really going to email you if you have a crazy email.
Yeah.
Fishnets 1976. I'm probably not going to email you. Okay, I'm just telling you. So keep it simple.
Hey.
Keep the branding right.
One of
man.
those things, I'm sure I know myself and a couple of people that are millennials can attest to this, where people had it would be their first name and then some, crazy name like Brandon's Big Stacks Merchant. It's I can't follow you. I can't follow
Everything
you,
for me is Ralph Graves. Twitter, Ralph Graves.
Yes.
Instagram, Ralph Graves Jr. Twitter, Ralph Graves Jr.
Yes.
Website, Ralph@RalphGravesJr.com. You
Yes.
just keep everything consistent across the board and make sure you message everything properly. But man, you are truly an inspiration, like I said, to your generation and even to mine, I'm proud of our family. We can't really boast of, all you guys are pretty straight. We can't boast of any of y'all acting crazy. So we thank God for that, man.
We all here,
Yeah,
nobody,
we're still here.
Nobody doing anything to get anything in trouble.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just living life.
And you're working on your book.
Yes, book is in motion. Stay tuned for titles and things of that nature. But it's powerful. This man right here is a definite encourager. I read his works. I had to say, I got to get in this. I got to do it because it's powerful. It's life changing. And again, I just want people to change their mentalities, change their way of thinking when certain things happen in life, and that's what it's going to be about. So stay tuned.
Man, I'm excited to read. I read a little excerpt from it,
Yeah.
and I can't wait for it to come out. It's going to bless so many. Going to bless so many. Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Your mom, your dad, your brother?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to my family. Appreciate my mom and dad, Jalen, my little brother. Appreciate you, man. I know you in school doing your thing. And, my friends and family. Shout out to Change Church. I go there now.
Okay.
Change Church, that's in Ewing.
Yeah.
And Pastor there is phenomenal, just like yourself, phenomenal pastor. You know, I think it just runs through the veins. It just happens. Darius Daniels, shout out to him, and just big shout out to all my friends and family watching when you guys tune in. I appreciate you guys, and wouldn't be here without you.
Man, listen, you keep doing big things. You keep doing what God has called you to do. You keep being an inspiration to those following you, to those who got an eye on you, man. You keep your prayer life steady.
It's got to be.
You know, you got to have a steady prayer life. Got to have a steady prayer life, man. And you keep all that together, and God is going to continue to do great things through you. Thanks for being a guest at the Ralph Graves Jr.
Thanks
Show,
for inviting me.
Thanks having you. And guys, thank you for tuning in. You guys are the true heroes of this program. And we'll see you again next week. My name is Ralph Graves. God bless.